Imagine a life where your smallest actions lead to remarkable results over time. That's the essence of James Clear's groundbreaking book, Atomic Habits. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Pod Digest. In this video, we summarize the podcast episode from the Rich Roll podcast titled How to Build Awesome Habits by James Clear. James doesn't just talk about habits, he unveils the science behind them. He focuses on how small, consistent habits can lead to remarkable results when compounded over time. James succinctly defines a habit as a behavior that has been repeated enough times to become automatic and ingrained. Having enough momentum while building habits can propel us forward with positive habits, but also hold us back with negative patterns. Positive momentum feeds on itself. As habits compound, we feel progress and satisfaction, fueling our motivation to keep improving. Stress, depression, and difficult emotions can all feed negative momentum as we seek relief through short-term fixes like excessive social media, binge eating, drinking. The conversation further delves into the concept that habits, even unhealthy ones, serve a purpose and provide some positive result, albeit twisted or unhealthy. For instance, the most effective exercise app that's been created in the last decade, well, it's probably not actually an exercise app. It is probably something like Pokemon Go, because that got millions of people to walk 5 or 10 miles a day. Crucially, James dismantles the myth of willpower as a sustainable strategy. He explains that it is a limited resource, so the goal should not be to rely on willpower alone when trying to build new habits or break bad ones. Willpower is the body's finite ability to resist short-term temptations in favor of long-term goals. Instead, James advocates designing habits in a way that makes them automatic. The key is understanding the 4 laws that drive habit formation and change. The first law is cues, that is, what triggers a behavior or habit. Cues can be external, like time of day or location, or internal, like emotions or physical sensations. The second law is routine, that is, the behavior itself, like exercising or meditating. The third law is reward, which provides positive reinforcement for the routine. Rewards don't have to be big. They can be as simple as feeling proud of accomplishing a task. The fourth and final law is belief, which is one's identity and view of themselves. Habits are shaped by who we think we are or who we want to become. James then discusses strategies for applying this framework. The first step is finding the minimum viable action. Starting small makes habits easier to form and less daunting. His 2-minute rule states that you should make tasks as easy as possible by only requiring 2 minutes of effort to complete. For example, 2-3 minutes of exercise per day instead of a full 30-minute workout, or limit social media to just 2 minutes. The next step is making the routine automatic by associating it with strong cues. For example, having sticky notes on the bathroom mirror, reminding one to do 20 push-ups while brushing their teeth in the morning. Over time, as the habit strengthens, the minimum action and rewards can be increased. But consistency is key in the beginning. In addition to willpower, James says environment and identity are 2 other factors that influence habit formation and change. Our environment includes who we spend time with and where we spend time. Surrounding ourselves with people who share our goals makes change easier. Identity ties into the belief law. We are more likely to form habits consistent with how we see ourselves. But what about breaking bad habits? James responds that the process to break bad habits is similar. Understand the cues, routines, rewards, and beliefs behind an unwanted habit. Then replace one routine with another that satisfies similar psychological or emotional needs. For example, if snacking is cued by boredom, replace it with calling a friend instead of eating when bored. James emphasizes the importance of recognizing the underlying reasons behind behaviors and reframing them to encourage healthier habits. To address the judgment and guilt associated with breaking bad habits, James proposes that energy spent on self-judgment might be better redirected. He suggests that if a particular method, even if unconventional, helps individuals overcome guilt and move towards positive change, it should be considered useful. Next, James introduces the hierarchy of habits, discussing the common tendency to misidentify the habit one wants to change. He provides an example of individuals aiming to get in shape, but focusing on the wrong behavior, like buying protein powder, wondering which workout shoes to buy, what to wear, all of this over doing the actual exercise. And so what are the strategies for breaking bad habits? First, just invert it rather than make it obvious. Make it invisible. James shares personal examples, such as placing a pack of beer in the back of the fridge to reduce its visibility and, consequently, the likelihood of consumption. Remove temptation by altering your environment. For example, don't keep unhealthy foods in the house if you are trying to eat better. Instead, put a basket of fruits where you can see them easily. Use reminders and accountability. Tell friends and family about your goal so they can check on your progress and remind you of alternatives when lapsing. Ride out cravings without acting on them until they subside. Withdrawal is uncomfortable, but gets easier with time as new habits form. Breaking habits requires understanding their roots and proactively substituting alternatives to satisfy the same needs over repeated trials. But ultimately, it's not just individual effort. Clear introduces the concept of two operating systems in habit formation: positive reinforcement and negative accountability. The idea is that being part of a group holds individuals accountable for their habits, providing both positive reinforcement for adhering to the group's norms and negative accountability for deviating from them. James and Roll discuss the difficulty of resuming a habit after a disruption, emphasizing the importance of variable rewards and maintaining engagement. They acknowledge the addictive nature of technology and its role in shaping behaviors. James introduces the concept of steady-state activity, suggesting that activities like walking may engage the unconscious mind and contribute to creative processes. The conversation concludes with a fascinating intersection of genetics and habit formations. Genes influence traits like risk-taking, novelty-seeking, stress response, and so on. But specific behaviors are largely habits formed over time through reinforcement. Certain genetic variants may increase susceptibility to forming addictive habits related to drugs, gambling, social media, etc. But genes are not destiny. Habits can still be changed. Lifestyle factors like exercise, nutrition, sleep, and social support have been shown to alter gene expression and counteract genetic predispositions over the long run. In summary, James's research shows habits are best changed through patience and consistency rather than force of will. His insights into habit formation not only provide a roadmap for success, but challenge conventional thinking on willpower and discipline. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.